And we welcome Malta viewers back for the second half of this game at the Victor TEDESCO Stadium at HAMRUN for this Rugby League International friendly between Malta Knights and Bamber Bridge Amateur Rugby League Football Club. And the trainer stretching up in the background as well. It's probably been a couple of years since he had a good solid run. And there he is running up with the team behind the line as Malta gets the second half action underway. And Bamber Bridge will be full of confidence following that last minute try by Jamie Jackson. Brings the ball game so tight at 12 points to 8.
Good tackle by Spaniol and Attard.
Good run by Topping as Swarbrick finds his teammates ready to take that ball up towards the Maltese defence. And as we said, it's a twilight fixture, so obviously this game is under lights now. It commenced in daylight. We'll move into the late evening, which will be a welcome condition from the English players, as the temperature has dropped a good 3, 4, 5 degrees there now.
Yes, it looks like, but still it will be very, very warm for them, as we said earlier in the game. Especially humidity. Humidity must be about 70%, 80% at this point in time.
Right, and amazing kick downfield early on the tackle count, which is a couple of awkward bounces for the Bamber Bridge winger, and Dean Muscat regathers possession. Very trying play there to kick so early in the tackle count. Usually you want to play 5 tackles through. And a lucky bounce, and Malta has possession right at the Bamber Bridge defence. This will be hard to hold out now, as then Malta gets a penalty as well. Markers weren't square. Chris Parker takes advantage, a quick play, and he's grounded the ball right underneath the posts. Chris Parker scores, and they takes the Malta out to an 8-point buffer now. He saw the gap, he took it, especially straight from the penalty. Didn't give them any time, the English defence, and Chris Parker makes no problem with that.
Kick came way back, as you said, and way back in our half, in our territory. But if I saw correctly, Daniel Grimo, who kicked the kick, was under some pressure.
He was under pressure.
He didn't have much options there. I mean,
well, he could have taken the tackle. Luckily, he had Dean Muscat just on his outside, who runs as fast as anything I've ever seen on the Maltese Islands. And there was an awkward bounce for the Bamber Bridge team, and they regathered. And as you've seen the try there, a couple of replays which we've just gone into explaining what the lead up to that try. But yeah, Chris Parker's vision to take advantage, and he's actually taking the conversion, who he just nails it over the crossbar. Now let's go through this. Chris Parker is not the designated goal kicker for Malta. The Malta coach, Anthony McAuliffe, is on the other side, absolutely yelling obscenities at why Chris Parker's taking the conversion. Now Chris had problems.
To make a top kick.
Problems putting the conversion, taking it from the ground. Couldn't find the stability on the kicking tee. So as is allowed in rugby league in certain circumstances such as that, the goal kicker has the option to take a drop kick as the conversion. Obviously his knowledge telling him that he can drop kick that, and he's made no mistake, but it was very near. It's only just by millimetres made its way over the crossbar. So that takes the score out to 18 points to 8.
So it's two sort of mistakes in a row by the captain and the vice captain. The captain kicking earlier on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only the mistake there by the vice captain, Chris, is obviously some confusion. And he scored a try. A prop forward just usually makes the meters. Probably not used to crossing the try line. He's only scored a couple of tries for the Gateshead Thunder, and in the moment of enthusiasm and excitement, he's probably thought, look, right in front of the posts, I'm going to take this conversion. But the coach there, McAuliffe, not looking too pleased with the decision to relieve Roderick Attard from his goalkeeping duties. But as we move on from that, we pick ourselves back up together, and Bamber Bridge has regained possession. They'll be looking at getting on the scoreboard, because letting the Maltese get away now would be a very dangerous scenario. Again, in defence was Matthew Spaniol, playing his first game of rugby league. And that's a try coming down the right side. No, hold on, does he give the try? He does.
He does. He
Lee
does.
Cadwallader there, finding the gap. The referee had to check a few things. He got the advice of his touch judges. Ball from Swarbrick. Finds Damien Duncan.
Yeah,
running
mistake
strong.
there.
And just making
Space on the right.
the Maltese didn't cover the ball in the tackle, so it was not what we call a ball and all tackle. He got the loose ball across the Cadwallader there, who scores, makes no mistake of it, the lock forward. And that brings the game back square again almost. 18 points to 12. As the conversion.
Unsuccessful.
Oh, he's actually converted it, hasn't he? Yes, he converted it.
Did he convert it?
Yes. Takes the score was actually 18.
Oh yeah, the flags are up.
12,
Flags are up.
And that brings the score to 18-14. As I said, brings this game wide open once again. Another look at the replay. Good, strong running by Duncan. Runs the angle on Dean Muscat. And Chris Parker asking what's going on in defence. Phil Brown checks with both touch judges, with his last being Galia in the corner. And Reddy, yes, awards the try. And Bamber Bridge are back in this ball game. As we certainly kick into twilight, the sunset on the far end of the field. The lights are all on. And we're totally under lights. And the restart of play from Roderick Attard into Bamber Bridge territory.
Bamber Bridge possession of the ball again, trying to find gaps in the Maltese defence. That's the third tackle.
There's a third tackle. Lee Cadwallader they're looking to offload. Paul Bartlett getting a hand to it, so that will be another 6 tackles to the English. Directions being yelled out by the coaching staff of Bamber Bridge, getting those directions. Obviously, they surely think they're playing a strong part in this game, and they've held themselves ever so highly.
That's a lovely inside pass,
Unfortunately,
which was dropped. Well picked up by Daniel, who passed on to Roderick Attard. Roderick Attard to Dean Muscat.
Dean Muscat taken high, but trying to dodge in between the two defenders. As we go left now, Chris Parker runs the ankle, offloads, looks at, loses possession of the ball. Won't be happy with himself. Was that Luke? It was.
Offside.
And Bamber Bridge coaching staff, I can see them clapping away. They're happy to regain possession. This pitch itself would be a new experience for the English as well. Synthetic AstroTurf, a UEFA level 2 pitch. Yeah, it's a good surface out there for rugby.
It's one of the best, definitely.
There is limited venues to be able to train and practice your sporting alternatives in this country. So this is an outstanding venue for rugby league. Jackson takes the quick punt and runs straight at the Maltese defence. 3 in defence. Bamber Bridge looking at trying to tie up this ball game. Another try will definitely have the Maltese asking questions. We go down the right side, a couple of balls, but the Maltese defence rushes up the line. Show and turn. They're trying things, but the English players are tiring, as you can see, getting out of line. Ben Young charging towards the line, but it's a gang tackle. There's about 6 players in the tackle, making sure he's brought down short of the line. Desperation stakes at the moment. Awkward